the fundamental task of the adolescent is to try on different identities until they find that one that's like a tumbler on a lock that clicks with them and feels like an authentic self. Okay? I didn't really have that happen until way after my teenage years, so I'm going to share that with you in the spirit of honesty and self-revelation here. And let me tell you, some of these kids who are academically not doing so hot, boy, if they put half the time they put into their studies as they put into making all these wacky pages on Facebook, they'd be straight A students. And see, that's one of those teachable moments that I see. When I start off a conversation with somebody who has put some objectionable material up there, I say, man, you really know a lot about technology. You're really good at this. What if you used your powers for good instead of evil? But what I try to do when I work with students is to really find out what they're interested in, find out what they're good at, find out what their goals and aspirations are. And usually, when I'm talking with somebody who's struggling, they haven't got a clue what they want to do. And we really have to kind of go around a little bit before we find out something that they're excited about, something that they're interested about, and something that they really want to, that they realize is a strength. So how many of us can honestly say in those irritating moments with our kids that we are inspiring them? Right? How much time do we spend inspiring? How much time do we spend not inspiring? How much more powerful is it to be attracted to something positive than to have somebody telling you to avoid something negative? I want you to keep that in mind just as a sort of a framework that we can work with here. How much time do you spend telling your kids what they need to avoid? And how much time do you spend helping them find something positive and constructive that they're attracted to? Because let me tell you, when you start taking things like, writing a term paper on the Odyssey, or taking a calculus test, okay? They're going over on that side for them. And you're yelling at them, boy, you should be doing well on that. You should be getting that job done, right? They're starting to look for other things that they're attracted to, that you're not a part of. Okay? So we need to think about ways that we can rebalance that scale and find positive things that we can attract them to. And the more they can be, those positive things can be articulated and discovered through the process of collaboration with our children, the more they're going to be attracted to that, and the more they're going to avoid the things that we don't want them to be attracted to. The most powerful thing we can offer our children is a sense of a positive future. There is no greater motivation for a teenager than a positive sense of the future. And think about how your kid acts around the house every day, how they act in school every day. Do they look like kids that are inspired by a positive vision of the future? Sometimes they do, and those are the good times. I put too long of a delay on this. There it is. How many times a day do we take that away from them? How many times a day do we tell them, you don't get your grades up, you're going to be working in a garage? I don't know what to do with him. No good at math. Right in front of them. It's going to motivate the kid to try hard in math. And get me, I've got 2 kids. They're not teenagers yet. They're not even close. But I know how frustrating it is when you have your idea of what you want that child's identity to be, and you're waiting for them to wake up and get over there where they belong, which is your vision of who they should be. Right? So right away, there's no way to go through adolescence without conflict. Their job is to find their own way. Their job is to differentiate from your authority and find that way to step into their best adult self and be who they're supposed to be. That's not an easy transition. That's not an easy transition. Any of you know anything about butterflies from a scientific perspective? Good, this will be new information. This will be on the biology test. I found out that when a caterpillar goes into the cocoon to go through that metamorphosis, its physical body literally breaks down into a liquid form. It becomes a massive goo that then is restructured and completely composed back into that beautiful diaphanous creature that eventually comes out of the cocoon. Right? I also read in this article that a scientist at one point was watching a butterfly that was coming out of the cocoon, and he saw it begin to break the edge of the cocoon and start to flex its wings and begin to struggle as it came out of the cocoon. So he took his little scissors and he snipped that cocoon open. Well, guess what? That butterfly's wings never fully developed. They never got strong enough for him to fly, and that butterfly died. It needed the resistance of breaking out of that cocoon in order to fully become the creature that it was designed to be. So stop thinking of your kids as caterpillars and start seeing that beautiful butterfly that you want to come out the other end.